Let's try to find some chaos. Hey y'all, I'm the Southern Ma'am, but all my friends call me Tasoma. Last time in the land of Terremydia, we continued work on the interior of our base by furnishing the side rooms and building the custom tree in the center of our great hall. Now, we only have a few goals left on our current goal board, but the Chaos Cube update just dropped, and I'm eager to go exploring and try to find some of the new sulfur caves. We've been working on this goal board for quite a while now, and we're down to our last 3 items. However, we're going to be using the sherds to make the pots, so I'm going to replace pots with potent sulfur. That way, we can add some bubbly springs to the inside of our base. Of course, all 3 items are found in different locations in our world. All of these are going to require a little exploring, but we have seen plenty of ocean ruins on our travels already, so I think we'll start there. Okay, I know I've already got distracted, but hear me out. We need a Nautilus. If we are going to the ocean ruins, a Nautilus would help us breathe underwater while we're brushing up the suspicious sand and gravel. That will make this trip much safer, so we need to find and tame a Nautilus first. There it is. Yay, it only took 1 pufferfish, and now we're friends. Oh, but I think another pufferfish is getting me. Oh. Okay, it's going to take me a while to learn these controls. This is fun! There's our Nautilus. So cute. And we're going to give it some armor to protect it. Nice. And I even have a name tag. Our Nautilus's name is Natsumi, which means something like beautiful summer in Japanese, which I thought beginning with Nat. So Natsumi the Nautilus. Now we can take Natsumi on our adventure with us, so we'll have water breathing when we're checking out all those ocean ruins. In Terremydia, we are playing by my made-up game mode, short, sweet, and simple. Sweet means that we are not killing peaceful mobs in this world. Most of the time, this isn't a problem. We're eating baked potatoes and bread, and we're defending ourselves against hostile mobs. However, in order to make a brush for archaeology, we need a feather, and we get feathers by killing chickens. Now, we love our chickens, and we're not going to kill them for feathers. So thankfully, there is another way, but it's a little bit roundabout, so stay with me here. First, we're going to find an ocean monument because guardians spawn there, and of course, they will attack us on sight. Now, if we kill guardians, there's a chance they'll drop raw fish. Raw fish can be used to tame a cat at a village. Our new pet cat will cuddle up with us as we sleep at night, and there's a chance they'll bring us a gift. And there's a chance that one of those gifts will be a feather, and then we can craft that feather into a brush. I guess we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but I was really excited to tame a Nautilus. I really want to use Natsumi when we're ready to do archaeology, so that we can breathe underwater when we're looking for suspicious gravel at the ocean ruins. However, the first step is to kill some guardians to get raw fish so that we can tame a cat to get a feather. So I think we'll just get in our trusty chest boat and head back to the ocean. I've made a larger map of our surroundings, and you can see I've added 2 markers on the map. I added a pink banner at our home base and a white banner here on the campsite. When you use a map on a banner, it then shows up as a marker on your map. That way, we'll know how to get back home. Okay, this is a shipwreck we've been to before. And it's a little far away, but it's in sight. So I think we'll make a little platform here so that if we die, we will respawn nearby. Ooh, here goes that mining fatigue. But at least I don't have block placing fatigue. And the main thing is to get out of their line of sight. After a full day of battling guardians unsuccessfully, they got the victory first. It wasn't long, though, until we got our first raw fish. We got one. Huh. It's a lot of work for one fish. Without better resources like water-breathing potions and enchanted gear, progress was really slow. So I thought maybe it would be better to make a battle arena that gives us the advantage. We need to take a more serious tactical approach to this situation. So I'm going to take a quick trip home and stock up on some supplies. Then we'll go on a side quest to find a cow. Drinking milk will negate the effects of the mining fatigue, so we need a ready supply if we're going to build a battle arena in the Ocean Monument. Let's clean up this disorganized mess that we built before and build something with a little more structure and a little more safety. For us, not the Guardians. Got a trim. Oh, nice, the tide trim. All right, pretty cool. Oh my goodness. Not even one block. Okay, it's not much of a battle arena, but it is a confined space where we can fight the Guardians and collect the drops with a modicum of safety. The rates are still low as the Guardians have a chance to just swim away. This will give us enough fish for our purposes and still give them a fighting chance at survival. After several hours of work and dozens of buckets of milk, I think it's time to move to the next step of the process. We gathered 17 raw fish, which should be more than enough to tame a cat. And of course, we got lots of other goodies like prismarine shards and crystals and blocks, even ink sacs from the squid that the Guardians killed in the waters around us. We managed to kill one Elder Guardian, and so we got the Tide armor trim, a single wet sponge, and sundry other items from other structures we looted along the way. Eventually, we should come back and defeat the other two Elder Guardians and finish raiding the Ocean Monument. But for now, let's head home. Oh, but first, let's return our faithful cow to her home in the savannah. Now that we have returned from the Ocean Monument with a pocket full of raw fish, it's time to head over to our village and see if we can find a cat to tame. course, there's a lot of Endermen hanging around. It's making it hard for me to look around for a cat. Seems a little too quiet. Where are the other villagers? There's our farmer, but I don't see any cats, and I don't see any of our other villagers. Well, the cows are friendly, but I think we have lost all our villagers. This looks like the only guy that's left in our whole village. Now, we have been doing a lot of mining before, and maybe we were still loading these chunks when we didn't sleep at night. So I think this is our only fellow left in the village. I'm so sorry. Well, no more cats are going to spawn if we don't have more villagers. So we may have to try another village. We have closed this villager up in his house for his own protection. We'll come back and try to restock this village at a later date. But I'm on the lookout for a cat right now. Why would you build a house in the middle of a lava pool? Wow. There's a cat. There it is. Okay, let's see if we can tame it. Here, kitty. Come back, come back. Oh, come on, kitty, love me. Yay! Oh, we finally have a kitty. Look at that. Oh, she's beautiful. And we're going to name her Catena, which means chain in Italian. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but chain in Italian. And she is the link in our chain for doing archaeology. All right, this is our very first night sleeping with a pet cat, so we'll see how lucky we get. Aw, look at her sleeping. But it looks like no gifts today. That's okay. We'll just have to keep sleeping every night until we get a feather. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down and your sleep will be sweet. Proverbs 3:24. We've received a lot of different gifts from our cat so far, but no feather. So hear me out. Wouldn't two cats be better than one? I've only got 7 fish to my name, so let's see if we can tame this cat in fewer fish this time. Come back. Where'd she go? One! Let's go! It only took 1 fish. Aw, now we have a second cat. Where'd you go, kitty? You went outside. Where did she go? Oh my goodness. We were just here collecting another cat, and the very first gift she gave me is a feather. I hear her, but I can't see her. Oh, such a sweet kitty. Now we have a feather. She go back in the house. There she is. She's sleeping. You did good. Oh, I see another cat. Yes, another cat. And then there were 3. All 3 of our cats are now home safe and sound, which should increase our chances of getting feathers for gifts. Although we actually already got our first feather back in the village. I've been reading the Minecraft wiki, and there's a little nuance to getting multiple gifts on Java. It looks like you have to have them all standing in a locked position, like in a minecart or a boat, in order for each of them to try to give you a gift. I would like to have at least 2 brushes when we go do archaeology, so one can be a backup. So I'd still like to have at least 1 more feather. I think we'll use the boat trick for a little while and see if we can stock up on gifts. Now we have 2 feathers. So I'm going to release these cats from their boats so they can wander around here a little bit while we craft our brushes. So a brush is a feather, a copper ingot, and a stick. We're going to ride Natsumi into our archaeological adventure today. That should allow us to brush the suspicious gravel and still be able to breathe underwater, which should make this a little easier process. It will also give us time to get the hang of this driving technique here. Okay, that's suspicious sand. Let's see what we get. Oh, our very first item, a wooden hoe. Well, there you go. So we're doing it, and it works really well right in the Nautilus. Let's see if we can find any more suspicious sand here. Our very first sherd in our second suspicious block. In full transparency, I've been using Chunkbase to guide me on this journey. This is a forever world, and if I load a lot of chunks looking for new areas, they won't be available for the new updates. So I've kind of used Chunkbase just to tell me general directions and areas to search. Chunkbase has indicated that this flower forest has a sulfur cave underneath. So we're going to explore a little bit here inland and see if we can find a cave entrance to head down below. Here's a narrow ravine, but I see a little brighter light coming down that direction. So let's check that out. Woo, that was close. Oh. Oh, we got a skeleton, but look, that's a sulfur cave. Oh my goodness, we found our first one. Now if we can just get rid of this guy. All right, let's light it up. Look, our first look at sulfur. I love it. And cinnabar. Oh, we've got cinnabar too. Look, both of our new blocks here in the game with the newest Chaos Cubed update. I love these. I definitely want to find some of the drip stones, so we're going to have to explore this a little bit. I'm just going to pick a spot and start digging and see if we come out into a bigger part of the cave. I've dug a very long straight line and I haven't got into a cave yet, but I finally found a few other stone blocks here, so maybe we're coming close. Or we're just gonna have to turn and try another direction here. Ooh, I hear cave sounds. There we go. Now we've got out into a cave. Well, or a pocket of a cave. Well, let's just try the other way. Oh, we broke some dripstone. All right, now we're finding things. That's what I wanted with some dripstone because this block is renewable. The dripstone will grow and you can craft more. There we go. It's still very narrow. We're not finding a big open cave yet. I was really hoping to find a pool with some water, so we're going to keep exploring a little bit. Phew. We found a giant sulfur cave, but we never actually found the opening of the cave. I dug and got tons of blocks and never could get to a big opening with the water pools and the sulfur cubes. But I think I'm ready to move on for now. We got what we wanted, which was the dripstone and some of the new blocks. So I'm going to put this little entryway here so we can mark where we tunneled down and maybe we can come back and try again in the future. I also saw in Chunk Base that there should be a Lush cave on the other side of the Sulfur caves. So I'm going to head this direction around the edges of the land here and see if we can spot an azalea to lead us down to a Lush cave. I still haven't got that pet axolotl and I want to see if we can find one. Oh, wait, look. Oh no. We just found a woodland mansion. Look at that coming out of the fog into view. I'm really tempted to go in that woodland mansion. You know what else we're looking for? Pale oak. So I don't know if there's any around here, but it's always possible. There's our azalea tree right through the dark oak forest. I'm going to go back and get my bed and bring it here a little closer. Do you remember the last time what happened in the dark oak forest? We had some death loops, so we'll have to be prepared this time, hopefully to not have the same thing happen again. Don't love this being right next to the water, but I think we're just going to try to dig down anyway. Yay! We finally made it through. Underneath the azalea is the Lush cave. A lot of deep water. Not the best place to look for axolotl. Axolotl! Oh, look! Oh my goodness, our first axolotl! Oh, or not. No! There we go. Aww! We have an axolotl. One of these teeny tiny little pools finally spawned one. I wonder if there's any more. I started digging this way and kind of gave up. I'm going to try again. See if we can break through into any more cave. Because I'd love to get another one. This way goes really far up. We might be able to find the surface from here. Oh, yeah, look, there's the surface. Okay, we are definitely at a cave exit, so that's nice. But I don't want to leave till we find some more axolotls. Where are you? Oh, 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 axolotl, axolotl, I saw it, I saw it. All right, I have one more bucket. Now, neither axolotl has been the pink one. So, I really want a pink one. Oh, there's a pale garden. Look. We're so close. Okay, I left the cave because I thought I'd try to find another entrance and try a different angle when I only found 2 axolotls. But now we have to go get some pale saplings. We don't have to take much. We just need some saplings so we can bring them back to our base. Ooh, this is a find. And I definitely am glad that we found this during the daytime. I'm still just trying to see if I see any other azalea trees or any cave entrances so we can get back into the lush caves from a different angle. Okay, here's where we came out. I just kind of made a circle. If I can make it, I think my bed is over here. Where's he at? There he is. Oh, what's... No! Oh, I'm gonna die. Between the... Those... Oh, no. No! No! They get me in the water. Ow! Okay, okay, okay. If I sleep really fast. Okay, okay. Ah. Ow! Stop hitting me! Okay, it's a new day. I'm back to the cave entrance behind the woodland mansion, and I'm going to go try again. I did see on the wiki that axolotls need a clay block 5 blocks or less under their spawn area. And so we have these big, deep pools, and I wonder if no axolotls can spawn here because of that, then maybe we should make a floor. So I'm going to see if I can make a clay floor underneath this, and that might help give us bigger areas for spawning. Axolotl! But, oh, I already have a yellow one. Sorry, fella. I really just want a pink one. Brown axolotl. Hey, sweetie. All right. I'm hiding in my little dirt hut at the edge of the dark oak forest. I'm back, but I have no food, and I still haven't found that pink axolotl. I think it's time for a reset. I have so many important valuables that I don't want to lose. The sherds, the 2 axolotls I did find, even pale oak saplings. I think I'm going to head home and collect everything back there and then see where we stand. Back here in our base, I have a double chest full of goodies from our travels. We found a sulfur cave, so we got the new sulfur and cinnabar blocks. We used our brush at the ocean ruins and found 5 different sherds. We found a pale garden behind a woodland mansion, and we even found a lush cave and got 2 different axolotls. However, that one empty bucket makes me want to go back for more. I really wanted to find a pink axolotl. And actually, we didn't find the white one either. There are 4 natural colors of axolotl. We found the yellow and brown, but I'd like to find the white and pink. I think I'm going to restock here and then maybe head back adventuring a little while longer. It's a brown one. Okay, at least they're spawning. Hi, friend. But I'd love to see a pink and a white. All right, let's keep looking. Pink axolotl! Oh, and I'm getting shot. I'm getting shot. Okay, come here, baby. Oh, I'll get you quick. Now we gotta run. Run from the skeleton. I rescued you. Now I just need to rescue me. And there's another one. Is that the white one? I can't see from here. Oh, I think the little one's white. You don't see me. I can't get it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that one's hurts. Oh, ow, ow, ow. No. Oh no. 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 Oh my goodness, there's bits everywhere. I guess they both they both died after they killed me. Okay, cool. We all died. Well, let's get all our stuff and let's see if we can get our bucket and scoop up this axolotl. Okay, come here, baby. Yes, finally, that one. I don't know why I couldn't grab that one. All right. So we have all 4 colors of axolotls now. We only had to die again, but we have done it. Oh, and even though these caves are beautiful, I'm about ready to start heading back. Well, that looks a lot better, don't you think? We actually found 1 axolotl of each color to add here as pets in our base. And of course, not too shabby on all the other things we found on our adventure. We might have died a couple times, but we are home. Let's build a habitat for our axolotls here under the stairs at the entrance of our base. First, I want to work on the bubble mechanism from our sulfur. So we have to craft potent sulfur first. So we take the regular sulfur blocks and a square of 9 of them makes potent sulfur. I think I want some bubbles in the corners, as if this was a deep underwater spring that was bubbling up and then trickling all the water down into the rest of the area. So we're going to dig out this very corner here. I'm not sure how deep I want this to be. I don't think I want a geyser shooting way off into the sky here, but I do want some height maybe. So let's just try this and let's try one more and then we'll see what it looks like and we may have to dig it back up and adjust. So the very first step is to put lava underneath to give the sulfur continuous power. So then a potent sulfur, and then, of course, our water. Oh, look! We made our first geyser. Okay, I think I do want it a little shorter. I don't want it to be too tall, so I'm going to lower it a couple more blocks. Okay, I think I like that. Just that little subtle bubbles like the well is bubbling up, but it is visible. You can see it happening. Whee! Okay, enough fun. That's very distracting. That's going to be a fun little addition to the base. I added water up to the top here and then put in some mud brick stairs that we're going to waterlog here all the way down so that our water channels are full of water and lead to nourish and hydrate our giant tree in the center. Then we're also going to fill in all this area with water and plant life and moss and just make it a nice place for our axolotls to live. Our axolotl habitat is complete, all except for the axolotls. I put a clay floor in the bottom of our pool and a little bit of mud around the edges, and then bone milled in some grass, added some drip leaf, glowberries, and even a spore blossom for a few little particles in the center. So the axolotls have a fun place to swim around underwater. Then on the sides, we added moss and moss carpet along the edges where it's wettest, a few azalea trees for decor. All in all, I think this is going to be a cozy place for our axolotls to live. If you rename an axolotl when it's in the bucket, it will still retain that name. So we're going to rename all of our axolotls now. I kind of just went with some syllable type names that have the letters like axolotl does. So Atala is going to be one of our axolotls. And then we're going to keep the same letters and just change the vowels a little. So the next one is Atola, Atula, and Atella. We're just going to let them free in our habitat so they'll have a place to live. Oh, you can also see we added the water in the channels. Look at the beautiful blue of the cherry biome water. I love the way this looks like our spring is feeding water down through the channels to nourish the roots of our giant tree. Just adds that nice extra little pop of color. All right, it is now time to release our axolotls into their home. So swim on in. There you go. Hi, friend. We'll just release them down here. Oh, there's the baby white one and the pink one. So yellow, brown, pink, and white all living in our new axolotl habitat. Now we're going to head on into the workroom to make some decorated pots with our newly found sherds. We found 5 sherds and they were all different. We found Plenty, Snort, Shelter, Explorer, and Mourner. That was really cool that we got unique shards with every single brush stroke. So now we're going to make decorated pots. And because these are so rare, we're only going to put 1 on each pot. So we're going to put 1 here at the top and then 3 more bricks to make a decorated pot. And we're going to do that with each of our separate sherds. This way we can spread out those decorations around our base. Because these are so unique, I want to put them places where we're going to see them. So I'm going to start with right up here on either side of our doorway. So I want to put 1 here on each corner. Now, I know it depends which way you stand, how they place, and I'm not sure. So we're just going to try this way. And of course, it's wrong. I bet it's on this side because we put it at the top of our recipe. So we're going to have to remake one, but that's okay. Let's try it this way and try placing it opposite. Let's see if that works. Yeah, there we go. All right, and so we know we need to do the same thing this way. And there we go. There's 2. And then I want to put 2 more out here on our front porch so we'll see them right as we come in. So right here and right here. There we go. And we might move these around, or as we find more sherds, we may change them out or put new ones or put extras on all the sides of the pots. But for now, that's the decorations that we have. And then we're going to remake this pot, and I think we'll put it in our bedroom. How about right here in this space? There we go. Treasure by our bedside. After firing a few more bricks and making a few tiny flower pots, I've added some cherry tree saplings in all the pots, and now I think our decor is complete. We have made a lot of progress this episode. Remember just how far we've come. We had to go to an ocean monument to kill guardians, to obtain raw fish, to tame these cats, to get feathers as sleeping gifts, to make a brush, to do archaeology in the ocean ruins, and just get those sherds for our decorated pots. Then we found a sulfur cave in order to make our little springs in the corner, and a lush cave to find axolotls, one of every color. Next time, we'll need to switch from our interior back to our exterior. You can see I've already started a little bit of planning with some terraforming and cutting down part of our hill here so that we can make a custom shape. I want to craft this area with custom spaces for our animals as well as some extra crops. Well, what did you think? I hope this video inspired you to reach your goals, even if you have to take the long way around. Good Lord willing and the sun still shines, I'll see you again in the next video. Thank you kindly for watching and bless your heart.